Welcome to Community Cocktails with Kimberly, hosted by Kimberly Woodard, a realtor for more than 18 years with Ebby Halliday Realtors. She has received numerous awards, including multi-million-dollar producer, quarterly and annual company-wide honor roll recognition, VIP Customer Service Award for highest client ratings, D Magazine's Best Realtor, 5-star Professional Award, and several other recognitions for her success and service to clients. Join her each week as she meets with the top community influencers to help you get to know the area you want to call home. Don't just love your home, love your community. And now, here's your host, Kimberly Woodard.
Good afternoon, viewers. I'm so excited about today's podcast, and I know you guys are going to learn a lot today on this great community. I've got Mary Day, and she is the marketing director for Matthew Southwest. Matthew Southwest. She who owns the Tribute community out there in the Colony. And then I also have executive chef Nick Baker, and he is from our club out there called Old American. So welcome.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
So today we're going to start talking about the Tribute. And I love to know how many viewers know about the Tribute. But if you don't, guess what? You're going to find out right now. So let's talk about it.
Well, so to start with Matthew Southwest, since that was sort of what is Matthew Southwest and the relationship with the Tribute. Yes. So Matthew Southwest is owned by Jack Matthews, and he is a well-known developer down in Dallas, and he has projects all over the world, actually. But particularly in Dallas, folks know him there because we have done the Omni Dallas Hotel, Gillies, that whole South Side area there. We have renovated completely the old Dallas High School. So a lot of really cool projects, and Jack is well known for actually liking to renovate things and take what's old and make them new again, but maintaining and preserving the history that goes along with it. So when he saw this peninsula that was in the Colony, but it was on Lake Lewisville, on the edge of fast-growing Frisco at the time, before it hit a boom.
Yes.
He kind of knew that was a no-brainer, and it was a project that he wanted to be a part of. So he got the land there, and then he had a vision for the Tribute, which is what we're talking about today. Yes. And the Tribute is a community that when his vision. I'll go back a little bit. His wife had actually seen a community in Canada, which is where they're from originally, that she loved. And then when they had gone and toured Europe, and he loved the old stone walls and kind of the crumbling of, you'd see a remnant of a castle or something like that there. Right. And just the tall grasses and the berms and all of that. And so that's part of what he is trying to recreate at the Tribute community, is this feeling of charm and sort of old village and just that peacefulness that you would have if you were driving through a European countryside.
Yes.
So, I'm sorry, I'm just rambling on and on about the Tribute community. But it's on a beautiful peninsula on Lake Lewisville. The people that live in the Tribute community are probably the most passionate group of people that I have ever seen who love where they live. In fact, we just won the People's Choice Community of the Year award for the second year in a row.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Which is voted on by the residents against other communities in the Metroplex. And so that, I think, speaks of how much the residents love living there. So.
Oh, definitely. And I see it just as a realtor bringing my clients out to the community. It has so much to offer. It is its own little town within the Colony city limits, but you don't have to really leave to go do stuff.
Correct.
You've got everything at your fingertips. You've got the pools. You've got the clubs. We're about to open the beach club soon there. Soon at that private marina. You've got clubs. You've got nature trails. I mean, you really have so much, but just the landscaping of the community and being able to, see the lake, do your walk in the morning and walk around the lake. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
And I would say the biggest plus is that it's really about 15 minutes from the Dallas North Tollway. So those that do those commutes, it's not a big trip, and you feel like you've gone an hour and a half away from Dallas.
Yeah,
so.
Exactly. And then you brought up the nature trails, which I think is one of the biggest assets of the community because if you're an outdoorsy type person at all, our nature trails are true nature trails. I mean, if you get down, there's one that goes all the way down to the end of the peninsula, and you get on that trail and you get back into the native areas, which is Army Corps of Engineer property. So they are untouched native areas, and you literally feel like you're in a national park. I mean, there's just no other way to describe it. So they're beautiful.
And we also need to touch that you also have the STEM school under Little Elm ISD, which is expanding. It was K through 8th in the one building, and they've grown so much over there that now they're going to have a whole separate building for the middle school.
They are.
So that's fantastic. And that just contributes to the growth out there and the growth of the community. So fun community. If you haven't been out there, you just need to go down Lebanon west from the Dallas North Tollway, and you dead into the Tribute, or you go into the lake.
Or you go into the lake, yes.
Yep.
So,
but if you live anywhere or work anywhere close to Legacy West, I mean, you don't even have to get on a highway to go. Yeah.
You can just... So the other thing that when I made the comment that you don't have to leave, and these people in the community, you see them all driving their golf carts. I mean, it's definitely a golf cart community, and they can come to the Old American and eat their meals. Yep. They don't have to go anywhere else. So
we have 2 award-winning golf courses at the Tribute, which is actually pretty unique as well, that we have 2 courses there. The Tribute course is kind of a tribute to the original courses in Scotland, so you can play a hole that's a replica of St. Andrews and get that feeling there. And it's a pure public course. And then the Old American Golf Club, where Nick is the executive chef, is a tribute to sort of the golden age of golf here in America. So if you think of those guys with their black and white, photos and their knickers and their hats, and that's just kind of the feel of Old American there. And it's such an amazing course. I would say the residents definitely use it as kind of their hub of activity. It is a semi-private course, but anyone can come and eat there, play there. Just membership has certain privileges and benefits as part of that. But chef is sort of our hidden secret.
Yes.
We're trying to make sure he's not hidden so much longer, but we love Chef Nick, and he's got so many cool things he can tell you about the restaurant.
Well, let's see here. Let's talk about the restaurant and how it's so unique.
Sure. Just to begin with, to touch on what Mary said, I mean, it is, we get great support from the community. I mean, whether it's people just coming down to have a bottle of wine and hang out by the fire pit, or, come down for one of our feature evenings. We have several different things that we do throughout the week. We have very regular clientele, so we'd like to change the menu up very frequently, and a lot of that depends on what we're growing in our garden. We have a 2,500 square foot garden right behind the restaurant that we grow all of our own fresh herbs and vegetables, and a true farm to table restaurant. I mean, we're out there picking things in the morning, and we don't, we just, everything that comes into the restaurant each day is used that day, and it's gone by the end of the day. So it's super fresh. And so our menu's constantly evolving and changing, and just based on, what's in season. And then when it comes to like meats, we try to do everything local. We use 44 farms for a lot of our meats, and we try to source as much local as we possibly can.
Love that.
Big on, like Texas whiskeys, Texas meats, just anything I can get from Texas, as close and as local as I can. We're all about it. We just want to support the community, and we've been successful with it. Our restaurant is open every day of the week. We do breakfast from 7 to 11, Monday through Thursday. We do open at 6 on the weekends for golfers that get in there really early. And then we do lunch every day from 11 to 4. Throughout the week, we have a pasta night that we do on Wednesday nights that's geared more towards families. So you can come down and get a full pasta bar. You have a couple of different types of pasta to choose from. 20 or 30 different toppings you can put on, and salad, the works. And then you can also order off our regular menu on that night. then Thursday nights, we do our prime rib night, which is one of our bigger nights. We offer a queen cut, a king cut. And for those people that don't like prime rib, we'll offer a chicken dish and a salmon dish or some kind of a fish or something different for people that just don't eat prime rib. So, and then we do have our feature menu night. A feature menu on Fridays and Saturdays. It changes every week, just like our menu. I mean, it's always changing. We bring in prime steaks, fresh seafood. We always offer a pasta dish or a chicken dish or braised pork shanks or something unique. It's a good opportunity for me and my chefs to be very, very creative and just kind of step outside the box and really have some fun. And we always look forward to those nights. That's kind of where we started. We only had Friday night dinners. So we've kind of over the years, as the community's grown, we've added several nights. And I'm sure at some point, probably within the next year or so, we'll be open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week. We're getting to that point. So
they also have a really good happy hour. Just saying.
Yeah, happy hour.
And one thing that we haven't told our viewers is that it's this amazing restaurant, but also it's a beautiful setting with the views of the lake.
Yep.
You've got the deck over there, and it is just stunning.
Yep.
The atmosphere, so great patio. You can come for a happy hour, stay for dinner. Because if you've had a happy hour, you probably need
I've done that on many occasions.
A little bit of food before you head back.
Not that they have to go far.
No.
Usually if they're residents, but anyone can come.
Yes.
And a lot of people drive their golf carts down for dinner. I mean, it's that convenient. I mean, you just jump in your cart and you're at the clubhouse in 5 minutes and jump back in your cart and go home after dinner. And it's super convenient. We have great community support.
And I love that. And, touring the gardens, I toured those gardens, and those gardens are just beautiful and amazing. And I know the other thing that I learned is that residents there can have a spot and build their own gardens. Yeah,
we have community gardens aside from our garden. On the backside of our garden, we have 10 community plots where it's $120 a year, and we basically, we take care of watering. The people that have the plots, they take care of whatever they want to put in there, and they bring their children down to harvest vegetables. It's just cool to see families come down and kids actually see where food comes from instead of just going to a grocery store. You can actually go pick your food. So it's really neat.
I probably could have a garden then. I'm actually not going to I don't think I keep anything alive. So artificial. So I need another herb plant. I already killed it. So let's talk about your book too.
Well, this year we came out with our first annual Old American Golf Club Chef Nick's cookbook.
Awesome.
Got about 30 different recipes, kind of all over the spectrum, but a lot of the stuff that we do in the restaurant. A couple of recipes in there I had a really hard time giving up, but that's fine.
I can't believe you gave up the crab cake. His crab cakes, Kimberly, are the best crab cakes. He has ruined us all on crab cakes forever because we can't go anywhere else and eat them.
That's all I hear. Yeah.
They are very... mental note, when you go to the Old American, get the crab cake.
That's right. Yeah. But we've got some great recipes in here. Like I said, a lot of the stuff that we do every day. I wish I'd have brought some stuff for us to eat today,
yes, lunchtime.
But swing by Old American. Yes. Please grab one of our cookbooks, and give you a great idea of what we're doing and what to expect when you do come to Old American.
Oh, yes. Well, definitely. And again, people, it's just right there west of the Dallas Tollway on Lebanon. 15 minutes and wham, you're there. So you can go out there and have a beautiful atmosphere. So let's talk about what's the upcoming events that are going on in the tribute. I know there's some big things coming.
There's some huge things. Well, one huge thing in particular coming, which I don't know if you made it out there for this last year. It was in the spring. But Old American is the host to the LPGA Tour. It is the only tournament that they have in Texas for the LPGA. So it's the Volunteers of America Classic. Okay. We did it for the first time last year, and we've signed on for 4 more years. Is that correct? And if you have not been to see the ladies golfers, it is a totally different experience from the male golfers, because I know a lot of people have been to the Byron and all that. They are super accessible. They are so into the fans. In fact, we put a whole program together for the residents as part of the LPGA for them to be able to adopt a player. So they would adopt a player that whole week that the ladies were there, and they were their cheering section for the week. So they made, signs for that player and gave them notes and gifts and things like that. And the players they loved it, and they just loved everything. They loved Chef's food. They said it was like the best food they'd had on tour. And they're just so gracious. I had my 9-year-old daughter out there, and we were there on Sunday, which was the last day of the tournament. And one of the players came over to her and saw her and just said, "Hey, thanks so much for coming out today." And then she gave her a golf ball, which was like the sweetest. And it's like, who does that? And it made her interested. She's doing the golf camp at Altus starting tomorrow, which is at Old American. So it made her have an interest in golf.
That's fantastic.
So if we invite families to come out for LPGA, there's going to be so many really cool activities going on. It's not just about golf. There's food festivals. There's probably going to be some concerts, some kids areas, and things like that.
And when's that date for that?
That is September, right end of September, going into the very first week of October. So it is a really cool
and it's a good time of year too.
Yeah,
it's the weather starts to get a little bit cooler at that time. Hopefully, we don't know this Texas weather. We can't predict it, but typically, historically, it's a cooler time of the year. And
even though it's football season, they're planning for that. They're actually going to have some tailgate areas where, like cabanas that you can rent that'll have TVs, so you can have football on while you're watching the golf.
Brilliant. They're brilliant.
Cool.
They've got it all the check boxes covered. Yes. So there's no excuse not to come.
No excuse whatsoever. It's super cool. Do something new and fun,
And what else? This is a big thing that everyone can come to. But if you're a resident, you guys also have a lot of fun events throughout the year. I'm always getting a notice or seeing pictures from an event out there, from anything from Easter to Halloween parties, Christmas.
We actually have our 4th of July party. We actually host one at Old American. We do our own fireworks, and we probably have 2,000, maybe 3,000 people to come down for that.
It has gotten so big. It is a private fireworks show for members of Old American and residents of the Tribute, but they don't leave for the 4th of July to vacation. They have friends and family that come to us just to be able to see the fireworks show. They all decorate the golf carts, and they do a big parade down Lebanon Road, and it's just so fun. And we always do it on the 3rd of July, so it's the night before the 4th, so that way you get the big bang, and then you don't have to get up and go to work the next day and that kind of thing.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah, so
we have food trucks and bars set up all over the place, so it's super accessible, and it's just really, people usually get down there 2 hours before it gets dark and just hang out and run around.
They've got their bars set up and some food, and it's just
a neat evening.
But we have a ton of events all year long. We have our own lifestyle director who is a resident of the community as well. And she actually won Lifestyle Director of the Year last year. And then she finalist for the National Lifestyle Director of the Year, which they narrowed down to 5 people. And she was one of the 5 in the whole country. So we are really proud of her. Her name's Alex, and she is just amazing. She is all about trying to get the residents to get to know each other and build relationships and families, and she's just so good at what she does, and there's so much fun.
That's one thing this community does contribute, is that it offers something for everyone. In every stage of life that you're in, this community, you fit in.
Yes.
So if you have little ones, great. If you have empty nesters, if you don't have kids, we have everything. You guys have everything. And I have clients that fit in all those different stages that live out there, and they all love it. And they've been able to connect with the community, and they feel part of the community. And I really, applaud y'all for what you have done out there to really make it that place for everyone. So if you haven't been out there, you really need to check it out. It is just, I think it's the hidden gem of the North Dallas area is the Tribute, just because there's not much like it, and to be right there on Lake Lewisville is fantastic.
Yeah, and you can access the water right there.
Yes.
Get in with your kayak or your paddleboard right now, and then eventually through the marina. Yes.
Yes. So
fairly soon, I'm not sure exactly when it is, but the PGA headquarters is going to be up in the Frisco area here in the next
it's coming
years
in a couple years. Yep. So it's booming out there.
Yes, it is, yep.
Well, thank you so much, Mary and Nick. It's been such a pleasure.
Yes.
And cheers to us.
Cheers.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks for tuning in to Community Cocktails with Kimberly. If you'd like to contact Kimberly with your real estate needs, you can reach her at kimberlywoodard.ebby.com. Hope you enjoyed our guest this week. Tune in every first and third Wednesday of the month for insights from industry leaders in your DFW area. Remember, don't just love your home, love your community.